If there was a simple way to edit your photos in Lightroom so quickly and so beautifully that your friends begged you for prints, would you be interested? What if you knew you could edit hundreds of photos in minutes, not hours? Would you find the task less daunting? My name is Josh Dunlop, and here's something few people know. You can edit your photos in Lightroom 10 times better than you can imagine now, just by following a very simple process. Pictures so striking and vibrant that others might accuse you of outsourcing your processing to a professional. You don't need a PhD in computer science, and you don't need expensive training. And I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this. I edited this picture before discovering what I'm about to share with you. And as you can see, it's a decent photo, and I was okay at editing, but it won't win any awards. Now look at this. I edited this photo just a week later. Same photo, same equipment, same software. The only difference was my approach. During the week between my first and second photo, I attended a private workshop with Lightroom expert Casey Kiernan, one of the best in the world at what he does. I went to him because he's like the Roger Federer of Lightroom processing, and he has the awards to prove it. His work has won the Gila Time-Lapse Film Festival, the Los Angeles Independent Film Festival, and the California Film Awards. His pictures have been featured in CBS News, Al Jazeera, History Channel, and more, and he used Lightroom every step of the way. When professional photographers want to improve their Lightroom processing, they call Casey. And when I met Casey, I already knew most of what there is to know about photography. I mean, I've been a photographer and trainer for over 6 years with over 50,000 happy students, but my real weakness was processing my photos. But Casey challenged everything I thought I knew about Lightroom processing. I thought I had to take hours to go through the photos from a single shoot, but the reality is there's a quick and easy way to edit your photos fast. I thought that the management system for files in Lightroom was complicated and broken. The truth is it's rather simple once you have the right roadmap. I thought it was almost unethical to really edit your images, but it turns out I was letting my photos down by not processing the raw files properly. You see, I started with old school film photography, so editing my photos always felt like cheating. But the truth is, great photographers like Ansel Adams understood the power of processing their photos better than anyone. The things I learned from Casey forever changed how I think about and approach editing my photos in Lightroom. With his help, it was simple and so much faster. I was able to improve my pictures and speed up my editing by about 10 times when Casey showed me the fastest way to select my favorite photos with stars, flags, tags, colors, and keywords as I rushed through hundreds of imported images, the rapid photo improvement shortcuts for editing, comparing, switching, and more. The first edits to make to every photo. I would never have thought of moving these 4 sliders so drastically, but it really does work. How to use the picker tool for the fastest and most accurate white balance. How to apply the edits from one photo to hundreds of others, and what to avoid when doing so. The secret to speeding up my processing by creating presets of my most common adjustments, like clarity and lens correction. I know some of what I just said might sound complicated. It did to me too. But that's what made my time with Casey so valuable. He has a weird ability of making complicated tools like Lightroom extremely simple to understand and use. Even a non-techie Lightroom beginner could immediately grasp it. The longer I spent with Casey, the more facts I thought I knew were corrected. After just a simple single day, my approach to editing photos in Lightroom improved tenfold. So picture this. Before you even turn on your computer, you already know exactly the fastest and most effective way to process your images. You have your presets ready thanks to a nugget of advice, and all you need to do is click Start. You open Lightroom without a single worry about the hundreds of images that are waiting for you. Making the initial selection of your favorite images feels almost automatic now that you know a couple of little tricks. You open the Develop tab and start moving sliders. Within 2 minutes, you have your first photo finished, and a bunch of the adjustments can be shared across the rest of the album. 10 minutes later, you're making some final adjustments to the different color sliders, clarity, and vignette to make your photos truly striking. When you're done, you have a selection of images so beautiful they command respect from even the most seasoned photographers. Images with so much pop and vibrancy, they're good enough to sell. Perhaps the most breathtaking, crystal clear, and exciting photographs you've ever taken. You're so excited to finally show off your professionally processed photos, you share them across every social media platform you use. Sound far-fetched? Well, that's what I thought too. And then I attended Casey's workshop. Within just 3 days of absorbing his approach, I edited most of the pictures you now see on this webpage. Just 3 days. That's all it took from my work to take a quantum leap forward. And the best part is that I was left with a bunch of tools and cookbooks to speed up my future processing. I'm now confident that I can spend less time editing and more time shooting. I always have 100% accurate white balance, and every image I share is edited to perfection. Introducing Effortless Editing with Lightroom. Effortless Editing is a high-definition video course on the art and science of Lightroom processing. It shows you how to edit magazine-quality images without being a pro photographer and without burning away hours at a screen. Casey Kidden and I collaborated on this course after he walked me through the process to become an expert editor. We share the skills that save us time and earn us praise. The secret to exceptional photo processing in Lightroom isn't how much time you spend editing, it's how you use your time. Effortless Editing with Lightroom shows you how to find the hidden details in your photos and bring them to life. Pictures like this. The skills you're going to gain include the exact workflow we use 100% of the time. It's a myth that you have to start at the top and work your way to the bottom. The best way to fix skin blemishes in just a few clicks. How to add life and detail to your RAW files by using your histogram and sliders. Why most photographers skip lens correction and how you can use this to your advantage. The fastest way to edit all of your photos at once. The lazy man's way to create panoramas without exporting to Photoshop or cropping. How to save more time by creating and using your own presets. Where and how to crop and straighten for maximum results, because yes, cropping is okay. How to use a surgeon's scalpel to change individual colors. The do's and don'ts of vignetting and dehazing. 5 simple edits I never skip and you shouldn't either. The hidden preview for your sharpening sliders that professionals always use. The only background blur tool you'll ever need and how to make it easy to use. How to transform the perspective of your photo with the click of a button, and much, much more. One of my favorite tips was how to bring out the blue skies in a photo that I didn't even realize were there. One of the best parts is that every technique is taught with common language. Even though Effortless Editing with Lightroom gives you an advanced skill set, it shares and demonstrates every technique without a bunch of jargon. Kathy Keenahan took one of our other courses and had this to say. I have recommended this course to several of my friends. I told them that it is a very easy course to follow and that everything is explained without going into technical terms that people just don't understand. Just a couple of guys talking shop while showing you how to edit the best pictures you've ever captured. Here, check it out for yourself. Further down on this page, about halfway, you'll find a free sample from the course. Even if you struggled in school or aren't the greatest at grasping new skills, you're going to be shocked at how easy it feels to absorb this information. We know that new courses can be daunting, which is why the course is only about 3.5 hours long, so you can get up to speed with Lightroom in an afternoon. You can download every video to watch at your convenience on any device. We've provided subtitles if you prefer to read along or are hard of hearing. There's a comment section if you ever have any questions, and you're invited to join our private Facebook community where you can share your stunning new edits. Perhaps the best thing about learning how to use Lightroom like a pro is that you get to go back and add new life to hundreds of old photos, finally giving them the justice they deserve. Customers love our courses, and here's what a few of them have had to say about Effortless Editing with Lightroom. Gary Sinclair said, "The best part about your process is where the highlights are lowered to 0, shadows raised to 100, and then you use the sliders to adjust the tone curve. I tested it on some of my photos and found it worked quite well, making some very flat pictures look much better. Then I tried it on pictures I had previously edited without your technique, which had taken quite some time, and found that I got equal or better results with your method in much less time. The course was definitely worth the investment. I can tell you that I had purchased other courses which alluded to using a similar process but was not as clear. Yours clarified it for me." Marguerite LaHaye said, "I haven't even finished the course yet, but I'm finding the section on adjustment brushes especially useful. Local adjustments are so much easier to make in Lightroom than in Photoshop Elements, where I tend to overdo a fix. Lightroom adjustments are so much more subtle. I also found the section on sharpening especially helpful. Your course was user-friendly, especially to non-techies, because most of the functions you demonstrated use sliders, which are so much easier to locate than drop-down menus. I also like the fact that lessons are short, so that learners aren't overwhelmed by too much info too fast. Finally, I appreciate being able to forward questions to the online forum and get prompt and courteous replies. Thanks, Alyssa. Mike Perry said, "The course worked beautifully, and I learned a lot. Now my Lightroom processed images look great. I like the Lightroom workflow you advocated for all your photos. It was simple and straightforward and gave great results every time. I would say that you can't do without this course. It explains a lot of post-processing issues and is well covered." And Vanessa Nelson had this to say, "You covered a wide variety of topics relating to Lightroom. I'm a beginner and it was an enormous help to be walked through the process step by step. And I would recommend this excellent product to my friends." Right now, you're one step away from Lightroom expertise. These skills are transferable to other areas of photography, and you'll have more mastery over your photography than ever before. If you think Lightroom can't do everything, well, think again. When I started using Lightroom, it wasn't nearly as powerful as it is today. It could do almost all of my processing, but I still found myself using plugins and Photoshop from time to time. But in the years since then, it's grown into a tool I can happily do all of my processing in. It's a little bit complicated when you're just starting out, but when you understand what everything does, it becomes very intuitive. Even learning something as simple as the difference between hue, saturation, and luminance will change the way you process your photos forever. Lightroom can edit much better pictures than you realize, and effortless editing with Lightroom shows you how, with the tools and brushes we use to retouch portraits. A simple way to keep your photos organized. Sneaky tricks for removing unwanted blemishes and marks. The absolute best way to sharpen your images. How to reduce noise with a few easy steps and more. And we make sure that this course is always up to date. As Adobe adds more and more features to Lightroom, we'll be making new videos to keep you in the know. And that's just a quarter of the value you're getting. Here's the thing, I want to give you that knot of excitement you feel when you stumble across a jaw-dropping deal, completely unbeatable. So now that you know what you're getting with effortless editing with Lightroom, I'm going to quadruple the value. In addition to the definitive video course on Lightroom processing, you're also getting 2 of my highest rated courses and 1 premium preset package for free. Bonus number 1 is perfect processing walkthroughs, a value of $97. Processing photos is fun and easy once you know how to do it. But like all forms of editing, there's a right way and a wrong way, and in this case, an easy way to go about it. In Perfect Processing Walkthroughs, we walk you through 7 different types of image processing: landscapes, portraits, black and white, dusk, nature, sunset, and Milky Way photography. Perfect Processing Walkthroughs shows you 5 strange adjustments you need to successfully produce black and white photography, how to find hidden stars in your night sky photography, how to play with a radio filter to make your dusk images glow, creative sliders you can use to make individual colors more vibrant, how to make your sunset shine, hint, the graduated filter itself is key. Bonus number 2 is Photoshop Finale, a value of $147. Have you ever wanted to see exactly how the pros process their photos in Photoshop as well? We do 98% of our processing in Lightroom, but occasionally we make a couple final tweaks in Photoshop. And we're going to show you exactly how we do it. Photoshop Finale shows you which Photoshop tools to use and why, how to make changes to the shape, size, and width of your face and features using a simple tool, an easy way to remove unwanted people or details from your scene, how to make your subjects look slimmer, and examples of all of these concepts being used in real photographs. And bonus number 3 is Picturesque Presets, a value of $97. You're also getting the exact Lightroom presets Casey and I combined to make our photography more powerful. These are pro-level presets designed to make the most of your raw files. Neither of us has shared them with the public before. They're easy to use and add more pop to your imagery. Beyond the presets themselves, you'll get a feel for why professionals use presets. Seeing how we created ours will better prepare you to create your own. Cindy Lou Flugart had this to say about one of our courses. I was worried that there would be too much technical jargon used, but Josh and Casey spoke in everyday language that was easy to follow. If you want to learn, take Josh and Casey's course. They make it interesting and show you that all it takes is a little bit of practice and experimentation. But this might not be right for you. Shooting in RAW is like shooting on film. You have to process your photos before you publish them. And in this modern era, we have so much freedom to process our RAW files that it can be hard to know where to stop. You can have great success as a photographer by adding artificial skies and unnatural contrasts, but that's not what this course is about. We will provide you with the tools you need to make your pictures look stunning, but we always follow one simple rule. If National Geographic would turn down the photo for overprocessing, then we've gone too far. If Nat Geo doesn't consider it true photography, then who are we to disagree? After all, they are the gold standard for magazine quality images. So if you'd like to process magazine quality images, let me ask you something. How much is all of this worth to you? If I could give you a proven method for editing the most powerful photos of your life, how much would that be worth? Processing great pictures is an essential skill for all photographers. This simple skill will transform your portfolio and make your raw photos shine. Last week, I posted this image from my trip to Iceland with Casey to my Instagram, and boy did it impress my friends. I don't usually check this sort of thing, but it's my most liked photo I've ever posted to my personal Instagram profile. But check out the before and after. That photo only took 5 minutes to edit, and I applied the same edit to almost every photo I took that morning. Had I not done the raw file the justice it deserves by bringing out the detail and color that was hidden in my haze, there's no way the photo would have been anywhere near as popular. The thing is, Lightroom processing is such a powerful area of expertise that training can be pricey. Workshops of $499 or more aren't uncommon. And that's the reason so few master it. Personally, if I knew of a guaranteed way to master Lightroom processing and only cost $400, I would snatch it up in a heartbeat. And I did exactly that. That's how much Casey Kiernan's workshop cost me. And it was worth every penny. What's fantastic is this course covers everything Casey teaches in his closed-door workshop and more. Together, we've expanded the content while making it easier to grasp and use. Plus, we're giving you perfect processing walkthroughs in $97 value, Photoshop Finale $147 value, and Picturesque presets another $97 value as free bonuses. But you won't be paying $740 a day. You won't be paying $299 or even half that. If you purchase Effortless Editing with Lightroom in a couple of months' time, it'll be yours for only $147. However, as I'm launching a brand new course, I'm going to halve the price again to only $67. But there's a catch, so please listen carefully. As you can tell, this is a staggeringly low price. These courses together should retail for over $700, and you're getting all of them for less than 10% of that. But like I said, there's a catch. You see, in exchange for this discounted rate, I'd like to ask a small favor. When you get your copy, can you email me your feedback on it? This will require no effort on your part, and you'll receive an email a couple of weeks after you get your copy, and you can reply directly. A simple sentence will be helpful. And that's it. Pretty easy catch, right? I just want to get as much feedback as possible before I open this course to the public in a couple of months' time. For that reason, we only plan to offer this deal to the next 500 customers. I expect about 30% to respond to our email, and feedback from 150 people is more than enough to get all the customer feedback we need. And even at this rock bottom price, you're still entitled to Expert Photography's world-famous 90-day guarantee. I stand behind every course I offer. Over 50,000 students in 138 countries swear by my training, and my reputation for delivering top-notch material means everything to me. But sometimes a course just isn't a good fit. I understand that, and I don't take it personally. That's why I take away all of the risk by offering my now famous guarantee. Get Effortless Editing with Lightroom today. Try the course out for a full 3 months. If you aren't absolutely blown away by how simple the videos are to follow, how fantastic your pictures are after using the ideas, and how much fun you have along the way, simply shoot me an email. You'll get every penny of your money back, No hassles and no question asked. Who else offers such a reassuring guarantee? You really have nothing to lose and a whole new set of perfect picture editing skills to gain by taking Effortless Editing. Click on the big orange button below to get started right away, and you can be editing your photos to perfection in just a matter of days. Get instant access right now to Effortless Editing with Lightroom. In 3 months' time, your portfolio will have some of the most vivid and vibrant pictures you've ever taken. Your loved ones will be amazed by how much you've improved. Your confidence will have grown immensely, and you'll realize just how easily the skills you've gained through Lightroom processing translate to photography in general. In short, you'll be a better, more exciting, and more excited photographer. But only when you choose to act. You see, some might choose to do nothing. They won't do nothing on purpose, it's usually procrastination. I know I'm guilty of it. They bookmark a page like this, and they think they'll come back to it later. 3 months pass, and they find themselves in the same exact position they were before, still thwarted by software that feels too complicated, taking pictures that are not up to their full potential, feeling the creative urge but unable to turn what they see into real pictures like this. I wouldn't be where I am today, processing my photos to professional standard while saving time and having fun if I hadn't chosen to act. You have a chance to do things differently. Effortless Editing with Lightroom is your path to becoming a much better, more fulfilled photographer. But it's up to you to take the first step. The choice is yours. Click the big orange button below to get started. You can get instant access to Effortless Editing with Lightroom right now. And P.S. You get everything you need to get magazine quality results, and you're getting perfect processing walkthroughs, $97 value, Photoshop Finale, $147 value, and Picturesque presets, a $97 value for free. But remember, 500 is the magic number. Finally, I'll leave you with a testimonial from Mike Fort. I was worried whether I would get my money's worth of photographic information. Happy to say every product that I've purchased from Josh has been of great value to me. I think what impresses me the most is his enthusiasm for all the different aspects of photography. It is catching, and I'm excited about photography at this stage of my life. I would say that it is presented in a manner that does not intimidate. You instruct in a humble way, which I find conducive to learning. Thanks very much, Mike. So there you have it. That's everything you need to know about Effortless Editing. It's the definitive course on processing your photos in Lightroom. And to get started right away, all you have to do is click on the big orange Add to Cart button below, and you can be started in just a matter of moments. Thanks very much for watching.